Okay, you gotta hear this story. Seriously, get ready, because this is one of the wildest, most satisfying corporate takedowns I have ever heard of. It's a story about loyalty, about betrayal, and about a trap so perfectly set it's just a thing of beauty. Let's get right into it.
Katherine Graves, your era here is over. Just let that line sink in for a second. Can you imagine you've given 23 years of your life to a company? You're literally standing there holding a welcome gift for your new CEO, and that's the first thing she says to you. Cold as ice. Right there. That's the moment a war started, even if only one person in the room knew it.
So let's set the scene. You're in a sterile conference room at Silvergate Logistics. The new CEO, Victoria Sterling, hasn't even been on the job for a week, and she decides her first big move is going to be the public execution of a company legend, Katherine Graves. And, to make it even worse, she has two guys filming the whole thing. Just brutal.
And this right here, this really lays it all out. On one side, you've got Katherine Graves, 23 years of loyalty. She is the company's memory. And on the other side, Victoria Sterling, a classic turnaround specialist, which is just corporate speak for someone who's brought in to fire people. It's the ultimate showdown, the veteran who built the place versus the hired gun brought in to tear it down.
Look, this isn't just a resume. This is a testament to some serious old-school loyalty. We're not just talking about saving the company millions of dollars, which she did, by the way. We're talking about missing her own brother's wedding to fix a problem at work. That's a level of dedication you almost never see anymore. This is the kind of person you build a company around, not the one you just toss out. And that was Victoria's reason. Dead weight. After 23 years of blood, sweat, and tears, Katherine gets called dead weight? This wasn't just about a firing. It was about sending a message of fear to everyone else. But, I mean, what kind of message is that, really? That your most loyal people are totally disposable? Okay, but this is where the story completely flips on its head. See, Victoria thought she was the smartest person in the room. She thought she was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. What she had no idea about was that a trap had been set for her 3 full days before she even fired Katherine.
And it all kicked off with a late-night phone call. The company's founder, Lawrence Blackwell, this is a guy everyone thought was retired, out of the game. He saw Victoria for exactly what she was. He knew her type. She'd gut the company he built, sell it for parts, and destroy his legacy. He knew he had to do something.
And Lawrence didn't just offer Katherine some advice. Oh no. He handed her the ultimate weapon, 44% of the company's voting shares, just enough to make her the majority shareholder. With one secret signature, he made the 23-year veteran the new queen of the castle. Now, having all that power is one thing, but you need a master strategist to actually use it. So enter Daniel, Katherine's ex-husband. He's a CPA who doesn't just do taxes, he wages corporate war. He's the guy who took this brilliant idea and turned it into a completely bulletproof, inescapable trap. Every I dotted, every T crossed.
And the absolute genius of this whole thing? It was all about the timing. This wasn't some spur-of-the-moment reaction. This was a carefully orchestrated plan designed to let Victoria hang herself with her own rope.
Just check out this timeline. Sunday night, the deal is signed. Tuesday morning, it's all filed and legal. At that point, Katherine is officially the majority shareholder. And then, on Wednesday, Victoria fires her. She literally, unknowingly, fires her own boss. The plan was to just let Victoria go on her power trip for 72 hours, show everyone her true colors before dropping the bomb at the Friday board meeting.
So you might be wondering, how did they pull this off right under the nose of a hotshot CEO and her legal team? Well, it all came down to a single, tiny sentence buried deep in the fine print of Katherine's severance package. A rookie mistake, really, but it was a mistake that was going to cost Victoria everything.
And this is where it all goes down. The executive conference room. Friday morning. The board members are already freaking out because they've gotten legal documents from Katherine. Victoria walks in expecting business as usual, but what she's really walking into is an ambush. Katherine's entrance was just pure, calculated theater. She glides into the room, totally ignores the panicked whispers from the board. She just lets that tension build and build until she takes her place at the head of the table, right next to a new chair with a simple, devastating placard that reads, "Majority Shareholder." The battle was already over before a single word was even spoken.
And just like that, Victoria's whole world just comes crashing down. She sees the sign, she sees the look on Katherine's face, and she knows. She knows she's been completely and totally outplayed. And her first reaction is just pure panic. This is a hostile takeover.
But while Victoria is coming unglued, Katherine is the picture of calm, devastating control. She's not there to argue. She's just there to state the new reality of the situation. And you can see the difference between them right there. One is all frantic emotion, and the other is just cold, calculated precision.
And then came the knockout punch. The line that people at Silvergate would be talking about for years. When she terminated my employment, she was actually firing her own boss. I mean, you could have heard a pin drop in that room. Just stunning.
So now, the board has a choice to make, right? Are they going to side with the ruthless CEO they just brought in? Or are they going to fall in line behind the new, undeniable power structure that she just tried to fire?
But let's be real. Was it ever really a choice? The numbers here tell the whole story. It wasn't even a contest. 9-1. It was a complete landslide. The board, like any smart group of people, follows the power. And in that room, all the power belonged to Katherine. Game, set, and match.
So what happens after the war is won and the dust settles? For Katherine, this was never really about revenge. It was about rebuilding the company culture and proving that the most important asset you have is your people.
And I mean, the results speak for themselves. Morale skyrocketed. Productivity hit a record high. People stopped quitting. It turns out, when you lead with loyalty and respect instead of fear, people actually do better work. Who knew, right? The company didn't just survive, it started to thrive.
I absolutely love this. This shows you the human side of this whole corporate battle. Katherine didn't do this alone. Her friends were right there with her, and they actually sent her these hilarious invoices for things like emotional labor, and my personal favorite, from her ex-husband Daniel, always being right. It's just a perfect, funny way to end a super stressful situation.
And in the end, it all comes back to this one phrase, inscribed on the founder's pen. Katherine's story is an absolute masterclass in corporate strategy, for sure, but it's also a powerful lesson about what's actually important. It really makes you think, in a world that's obsessed with short-term wins, what are we willing to fight for to protect the things that are built to last?